Hey YouTube, this is Don Reactions back at it again with another video. This time we about to react to Rapaholic, break down the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video. Let's get it. Let's go.
Guys, Kendrick Lamar just dropped one of the craziest music videos of all time with so many subliminal sneak disses aimed at Drake. And we're about to break them all down, but if you guys didn't know, Not Like Us is the record Kendrick just dropped a music video for. It is the #1 song in the country and absolutely put the nail in Drake's coffin. Called
Like literally multiple nails.
him a PDF file, a colonizer, and having the entire world chanting OVO. Apparently, there's
OVO.
remix to the record on the way, so stay tuned for that as well. But he just dropped the music video for the record, and this was...
Man, I can't wait for that remix too and whatnot, just to see who he has on it and also how he transforms that remix and gives new content and new ways of like coming at Drake and whatnot, if that's a possibility that he's gonna do that. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but that's why I'm anticipating it to see like what he's gonna do with it. But let's see what it's got.
One of the most hyped up music videos of all time, immediately breaking the YouTube record for the most views for a video in a single hour with 1.3 million views in less than 60 minutes, which already has DJ Academics questioning if...
And I think it was more than that at the time too, because every second, every millisecond, like the views were just going, and going. So it was really fast paced how much traction he was gaining.
Kendrick is paying for views. And there are so many little nuances riddled within this video that completely shut down any allegation Drake made towards Kendrick, while also cleverly sneak dissing Drake throughout the entire video.
Man, there was too much nuances in this video. Well, that's why I'm here to see how much I missed.
And ultimately showing Drake he is not like us. He is not in the same league as Kendrick.
Not even the slightest bit. Not in the same league at all.
Now, the video was directed by Dave Free, which is Kendrick's business partner from day one, and Dave Free also makes an appearance within the music video. Now, why this is so substantial is because in Drake's diss tracks against Kendrick, he was claiming that Kendrick's fiance, Whitney, was having an affair with Dave Free, and that they actually have a child together, that the son of Kendrick is actually...
And that was proven. That was a lie. You lying, Drake.
Dave Free's son. And Kendrick said the whole time, don't tell any lies about me and I won't tell truth about you. This video quickly disproves this lie that Drake made, as Dave Free is appearing numerous times throughout the video and even directed the thing, showing that there's no issues between him and Kendrick like Drake had alleged. There's some other crazy rumors that Drake made that are also quickly put to rest within this video, but we'll get to that later on. See, the video starts off with a snippet of a brand new song by Kendrick, basically teasing that he has new music very soon on the way. In the snippet, he raps, reincarnated, I'm a stargazer, life goes on, I need all my babies, woke up looking for the broccoli, high key, keep a horn on me, that Kamazi, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is...
That's crazy. Those lyrics are crazy deep.
Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Now, it's going to take some time to dissect his lyrics, but off the bat,
Get off,
says,
I get off on my feet.
Ownership, the blueprint is by me. That's in direct reference to Drake's claims that Kendrick does not own the profits of his music, as he claimed on his diss track Push-Ups that Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, basically takes 50% of the profits of Kendrick's music. Kendrick is saying that now he's a free agent with his own record label, PG Lang, and so the ownership is completely by him as well.
So he got ownership of everything that he does now. And it's funny how all this like lined up for him and whatnot while dissing you and him, and how profitable everything became for him during this battle.
The IP, the intellectual property. He also says, I get off at my feet, which is another reference to Drake's diss where he says, how are you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Basically making fun of Kendrick for having small feet. Kendrick flips that here by basically saying, I get off and mop feet, which basically means he's sweeping Drake up off his feet. He's destroying him. He made the same reference in Euphoria where he said, Pusha T is Terrence Thornton and Kendrick is Terrence Crawford and he's whooping feet. Now, it's also important to know that even the release date of this music video was super calculated, as Kendrick released it on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day. He also did his pop-out legendary West Coast concert on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the day that...
Man, those symbolism, man, was punctual, yo. Punctual. Straight, true tactician.
Commemorates the day when the final 250,000 slaves left in America were officially declared their freedom. Now, these dates are crazy considering all of Kendrick's diss songs have been aimed at saying that Drake, a Canadian, is a colonizer of African-American culture and has no true identity of his own. Now, the video starts off with Kendrick in a room surrounded by a bunch of dancers from Los Angeles, with each one of them wearing red and blue flags tied together and shirts that had the colors red, blue, and white on them. Again, referencing the colors of the American national flag, and the blue and red rags signifying the unity that Kendrick is bringing to gang members within his city. The scene that follows that depicts Kendrick in a black room.
And I believe there's also some other symbolism that comes with that too as well. But I'm going to react to that or give my own take on it on another video. All right. I'm going to just let Rapaholic do what he doing and whatnot, just to see if he hit a miss and whatnot. I'm just going to let everything flow with this video.
Dim White Lights, which is an exact recreation of the second part of Drake's Family Matters music video, where he's driving to go have the van from the Good Kid, Mad City album cover smashed. In that scene, there's also a man wearing a black shiesty mask, which is the same look that Drake rocks in the Dark Lane Demo Tapes album cover. In the video, that man tries to jump at Kendrick and he quickly gets blasted away. Now, there's multiple cameos in this music video that play strong significance. One of the most significant is the appearance by DeMar DeRozan, who's an NBA basketball player who was once on the Toronto Raptors and got traded for Kawhi Leonard. He's an LA native, and Kendrick actually rapped on the Not Like Us record saying, "I'm glad D-Rose came home. You guys didn't deserve him either." Again, every scene in this video is super, super calculated. This is followed up by Kendrick in a scene that looks to be a prison, where he's just doing push-ups. This is in reference to Drake's diss record, Push-Ups, where he raps, "Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups." Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups to some old-school R&B music. And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone would tell you to drop and give them 50 like you're doing push-ups. So Kendrick is just absolutely trolling Drake to the highest degree throughout this entire video.
Yep, he really was
to beat
too.
up an owl piñata, and on the screen there's a disclaimer saying no OVO.
One of the best parts in the video.
Now, this scene has several different meanings. Obviously, the piñata being an owl is in reference to the fact that Drake's OVO logo is an owl. It's also the fact that piñatas are famously known for being an activity at a kid's birthday party, and Kendrick throughout all of these disses is accusing Drake of being into younger women. And an owl is also a predator animal, meaning that it gets its food from other animals.
Right.
And Kendrick, again, is calling Drake a predator throughout this entire record. So when Drake was asking Kendrick for quadruple entendres and lines that have like 4 different meanings, I don't think he was expecting Kendrick to not only come with diss records that had bars that had multiple meanings, but also music videos that had layers and layers of meanings to each
layers
scene. It's
upon
insane.
layers,
then when the famous A minor line plays throughout the video, Kendrick is depicted doing hopscotch, which is another kid's activity. Again, Kendrick is accusing Drake throughout this entire record of being into little kids, and is shown in the video doing little kid activities. What's also substantial here is on the hopscotch, there were the letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 10. On this record, Kendrick rapped, "How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Meaning that Kendrick dropped 5 diss records against Drake, but he also had another 5 in the tuck waiting to release. So as that famous A minor line plays, Kendrick is doing hopscotch all the way up to the number 10. Again, trolling Drake for the fact that he has 10 diss records to drop on Drake if Drake decides to re-engage within this beat. Other notable appearances include
and I really do hope that Drake re-engages, because I know that type, yo. It seems as if like they down, or they make it seem as if like they down, and then they strike when you least expect it. But hey, Kendrick got 5 more for you, bro. Yo, and I hope that intro wasn't a part of that. And that's probably just a new one. He just like leaking out and whatnot. You feel me? Or part of his album. You never know. But I'm here for real.
With his entire record label, everyone from Absol, J-Rock, Punch, and Top Dog from TDE, showing you that these are all his day ones, and completely discrediting any claims that Drake made that his record label was exploiting him, or that he had splits with
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters. These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon.
It made me want any of the guys that he was associated with business-wise. Another scene shows Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free dancing in front of a bunch of shipping containers, and this could be alluding to the containers that are used to traffic humans, which is again in reference to the disses that Kendrick aimed at Drake, where even Drake said he knew that Kendrick would take the Jeffrey Epstein angle against him. Where, if you guys didn't know, Jeffrey Epstein...
And I did see a documentary or a short video, I think it was on Facebook and whatnot, about how the shipping containers and whatnot was filled with like baby parts or full babies and whatnot. So it makes sense that this is linking to child trafficking and whatnot, and just further showing that he's going at Drake by saying that he got people around that's doing child trafficking. You understand? So that's a deep symbolism.
Is notorious for being one of the most disgusting human traffickers of all time. There's another scene in front of the Compton courthouse where Kendrick is singing with thousands of people behind him, showing that he most definitely gets more love in his own city than Drake gets. And one of the final, most scathing scenes within this video is when Kendrick is standing next to his fiance and 2 children, which completely shuts down any rumors that Drake made that Kendrick was having any sort of marital issues.
He shut Drake down completely. Like that imagery right there of them together and whatnot, yo, everybody was at a roar and whatnot when they seen that imagery. Like, yo, it just proved right there. You don't really have to say anything. Yo, just the imagery itself debunks Drake. You feel me? Hey, smart play on Kendrick's part.
His fiance. Drake claimed that Kendrick abused her. Drake claimed that they were no longer together.
Right.
And he even claimed that the worst, that Kendrick's son was actually the son of his manager.
This goes to show you can't believe everything you hear. You can't believe everything you hear. You got to cross-examine.
Free that Kendrick's fiance, Whitney, was having an affair with Kendrick's manager. You can tell by seeing Kendrick and his son face to face that they are most definitely related. That child is definitely Kendrick's.
Hell yeah. You can tell by the ears. The man got the poking out ears just like Kendrick. You know what I mean? You could tell in the face and the visage and everything, you know? And you could even see his wife's visage in the child as well. So it's like, damn, Kendrick, I said, damn, Drake, that was a low blow. And a vile one at that too. But you've been proven wrong.
Just look at the ears. You could tell. And Whitney is dancing as Kendrick is rapping OV Ho and He a fan, showing that she's in on this, that there's no issues between them, and that everything Drake said was fabricated.
Hey, yo, why wouldn't she be in it? That's his fiance, man. She gotta support the man, you feel me? And especially when Drake just lied on them as a whole, as a family. That's crazy.
It was a lie, and that all the disses he threw at Kendrick really had no substance to them. The most scathing scene of this entire video for Drake must be when Whitney is crip walking to the outro of the record.
Yeah.
The last scene of the video is Kendrick staring at a cage with an animal inside of it.
Right.
And at first glance,
this right here, this imagery right here was the most tense part. You could feel him staring down at his opponent, at the owl. You understand? You felt that tension. Because, again, Drake represents that owl, and that owl represents Drake. So he's really staring at Drake and letting him know, I can stare you down.
Can't tell if that animal is a rat or what it is. But eventually, as Kendrick steps away, you realize that it's an owl, which again is in reference to Drake. And the fact that an owl is a predator animal. Now, Drake fans or DJ academics could say whatever they want. They could say that Kendrick is riding off the hype of this song and that Kendrick fans only eat when he's dissing Drake and that he doesn't release any other music. But he's showing you otherwise.
Right. That has always been a fallacy on academics' part as well. Doing these false claims about how he feels concerning Kendrick and whatnot, you know. But Kendrick has been proving himself to be very methodical since the beginning, because when you look at Kendrick, he's been the one that actually goes after both the big three, I would say. So, come on.
Hearing new music within this video and showing you that this is an entire troll against Drake. And by hopscotching to the numbers 1 to 10, he's showing you that he has many more diss tracks in stock in case Drake ever decides to step back into this beef. I also forgot to
methodically though,
the producer of the record, is
I like the way he's doing. I don't want him to miss one step.
Hat, which he claims was not an intentional diss at Drake because he got a bunch of different hats customized and he just happened to wear the Blue Jays hat on that day. But obviously, even if it wasn't intentional, Drake is from Toronto, and the producer of this massive record,
so, man, that's too intentional.
hat in the video that's directly trolling you for 5 minutes straight, just stings incredibly hard, whether it was intentional or not. So all in all, this was just an incredible.
I believe it was intentional.
Kendrick. He put tons of rumors to rest, whether it was the fact that he was split up from his former peers and record label, whether it was the fact that his manager was having an affair with his wife, whether it was the fact that he was even with his wife still or not.
That was
he was uniting his city on America's Independence Day, showing that he has deep ties to his culture and his city and is doing his best to unify his people and bring peace and pride to them. He's also playing Drake's game as best as he could by trolling Drake with multiple subliminal disses throughout this entire video, creating memes.
And I like the way that he's using the imagery from not the DNA, the Element song as well. That's one of my favorite songs. And when now he actually did play this mental game with this with this federal agent and got into his mind and all that. And when I so showing that he got into Drake's mind as well, and Drake fell for it.
That'll last forever, and doing exactly what Drake should have done when he dropped back to back against Meek Mill. Like, imagine a back-to-back music video with a Nicki Minaj lookalike where Drake was just trolling Meek for an entire 3 minutes straight. Kendrick is playing the game right, putting all the rumors to rest, and making this song even more important than it was.
Exactly.
Not only being a victory lap for Kendrick throughout this entire beat, but also being a staple and a sense of pride for his entire community by unifying the West Coast, bringing this video back to his hometown and celebrating the essence of what the West Coast is known and loved for. So what do you think Drake's next move should be? Should he just ignore this? Let the hype of this song and this video die down and release something once everyone has kind of stopped talking about this and the dust is settled? Or should he re-engage in this beef and drop his own hit record that's also a dip?
I think Drake is going to sneakily re-engage. And he's going to do coded or cryptic messages and whatnot concerning this and whatnot. I don't think he's going to let this go. I don't think the industry is going to let him go as well. Let him let this go. You understand? Because they lost a lot of money with this battle and whatnot, you know? Because if you know, you know. And so I believe that they're actually planning and whatnot to see how they can actually angle this to come back at Kendrick or whatnot. But I think Kendrick still understands that he got something tucked for him, you hear me? Lyrically.
Record and play the same game that Kendrick is playing. I mean, again, Kendrick did say that he has 5 more records tucked in the stash, so I would love to see the beef reignite and see Kendrick actually dissing Drake again. It's very possible with these small references he made on the sample at the beginning of this video that he might be dissing Drake again on new music that he's about to release. And what do you think?
Oh my god, and I can't wait because that's gonna reignite a whole nother fire, yo, and that's gonna be crazy. And I know it's gonna happen. But hopefully everything goes right, you know?
He gonna wait a while, let the hype of this ride out, and then drop an album? Or will he drop an album sooner than we think, as he's already teasing new music? All I know is that if he plays his cards right, this could be the biggest release he's had in his entire career, easily selling 1 million copies in the first week, if he ships this album out with vinyls, and if the singles are as strong as a record like Not Like Us.
And honestly, I would love for him to drop his album and whatnot concerning this whole battle and whatnot, or the lead up to the battle, because this would actually put more fire on everything. You understand? And again, further solidify Kendrick being one of the best MCs, rapper, lyrically acclaimed, you know, famed rapper out right now, you know?
And I must have missed a couple things. I mean, it's only been out for like 3 hours, this entire music video. But let me know what I missed. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what's next for Kendrick and Drake and what you want to hear me cover next. If you stuck around to the end, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a little subscription if you're feeling generous. And I will catch you guys in the next one.
Hi, Rapperholic. I thought he did good. I thought there was some hit or misses and whatnot. But so far, so good. I think he did good at covering the general things and whatnot, and most of them actually, in a sense. But I'm gonna be reacting to some more videos of people breaking this down and whatnot to see if they missed or they hit some of it and whatnot. So we'll see. So all right, so that's it for my reaction concerning this breakdown on Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us video. All right, peace out.